So you're here to learn how to dodge the driving test and theory test queue. Now, I'm not one for dodging queues normally, but when the wait is 8 months or a week, I know which one I'm going to choose. So here's how. So I'm not normally one for queue dodging, but when the choice is between 8 months or a week, I know which one. So I'm sure you've already heard by now, there is an up to 8-month waiting list for people booking their driving tests and theory tests. With over 1 million driving tests on a waiting list, now is the most important time more than ever to get one of these. Yes, it's a mobile phone, but no, I did not mean that. I actually meant the driving test cancellation app, Driving Test Cancellations Now. Now, there are hundreds of these available, so take your pick. They all do a very similar job. They're all much of a muchness. I advise driving test cancellations to my students because it's easy to use, it's reliable, it's got some really nice features on it. But as I say, they all do a similar job, which is to find you the soonest possible cancellation straight away. It lets you know straight away at a click of a fingers. You can even set it to automatically book you onto the next driving test without it even having to confirm or anything like that. So it's really, really useful tool. Now, I recommend driving test cancellations now to my students because it's really reliable. It's so easy to use, which means it's less time wasted for me messing about with it and more time doing things that I want to do. If you want to have a look at that, pop in the description below. There is a link just down there. Click on that. It's so easy to use. Have a look and you can book your theory cancellations there as well. Now, this next part isn't what you want to hear, but I've got to say it anyway. With there being an up to 8-month backlog of driving tests, it's so important now that we are ready for our driving test to pass the first time. With there being an 8-month backlog of driving tests with a pass rate in the United Kingdom, across the United Kingdom, okay, less than 50%, it is so important now more than ever that we are super ready for our driving tests. Now, most of us haven't been driving or having driving lessons for the past 3 months, which means you're not going to jump in that car and do not expect to pick up where you left off because it doesn't work like that. I don't go on a holiday for 2 weeks abroad, not driving, and then get back and expect to jump in the car and be the perfect driver. I know my driving is going to be a little bit ropey for at least the first hour. It's the same as going back to work as a driving instructor. All the driving instructors out there are going back thinking, crikey, I'm going to have to make sure that, you know, I pick up on my skills. Don't expect as a learner to jump in that car and just be test ready if you were before. You're going to have to get a few lessons in. Make sure you do. Make sure you are test ready and you're going to pass the first time, okay? You don't want to be part of that lower 50%. You want to be part of the upper 50% and pass the first time. Get out the system. Next, we're going to talk quickly about the latest driving test updates. So it has been confirmed by the big boss man himself, Chief Executive Loveday Ryder. What a name, by the way. So driving lessons are restarting on the 12th of April. Which is in England and Wales as well, you lucky devils. Driving tests are starting a week later on the 22nd of April in England and Wales again. Driving tests in Scotland are a little bit behind with a potential restart date on the 26th of April. And driving tests to restart on the 6th of May. Now, Loveday does specify that these are potential, which means it's up to the Scottish Government. This could change depending on the situation with the coronavirus in the area at the time. So this is just an idea for Scotland, so be aware. Now, Loveday does also explain the reason that driving tests are slightly behind, which I completely agree with. It's really important that students get time to check their skills. It gives them 10 days to check their skills, try and warm up a bit if they were already test ready and get back to that stage. It also gives students time to recognise whether they are test ready or give them time to rebook the test if they're not, because there's no point wasting your time just willy-nilly going for a test that you're not ready for. So it just gives you time to get that, and it also gives you time to get some lessons in before your test to make sure you are ready. Driving lesson guidance is very similar. Wear a face mask, wash your hands, sanitize your hands as much as possible, have the windows down a little bit on both sides, so make sure you're dressing up warmly because it's probably going to be a bit chillier than it was before. Aircon shouldn't really do it, especially if it's on circulate. That's a no-no. Basically, everything is very similar to before the driving lessons actually stopped, but hopefully this will begin to ease. I'm told that from Monday the 12th, the UK should be on 73% vaccination across the country, which means we should be at a stage where we're beginning to get to herd immunity, which should potentially see the downfall of COVID in the United Kingdom. So hopefully things will start to ease off a bit, but we'll see. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited to get back on the road, get back to work. I'll be honest, being locked up like a caged hen has not been good for my mental health. I know exactly how those poor chickens feel now. This has really shown me the importance of social interaction and human interaction for myself. I see myself as one of those Sims. You ever played The Sims where they've got the bar, and if the social bar gets too low, the person just starts going nuts and just doing crazy stuff? Well, I've learned that's me. I've also learned that I'm not ready to retire just yet. I don't know when I will be, but I'm very excited to be getting back to work, as I'm sure you guys are excited to be getting back in the car as well. What did you learn about yourself during lockdown? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear more. Did you learn anything exciting? Did you learn some new skills maybe? Or did you just love being in lockdown? As always, like and comment if it helps. Feel free to subscribe. Most importantly, if you've got any questions or anything, join the Discord. There's starting to get a community in there. There's not just me that can help you in there. There's other people. And there's lots of people helping each other as well. So it'd be lovely to get involved. As always, got any questions, let me know. Best of luck for your driving test, boys and girls. I really mean it. I wish you all the best of luck. It's so important. I can't reiterate the importance of making sure you get those lessons in before your driving test. Now more than ever, you're going to save so much money if you just pay for the extra lessons. Now, make sure you pass first time, and then you're not going to have to come back to it and have more lessons along the way. I'm sure I'll see you again soon. Josh out.